very much for your presentation. And now, please welcome to the representative of Việt team.
Và bây giờ, hãy cùng chào đón thí sinh đến từ Phòng Giáo dục và Đào tạo Việt Chi.
Could you tell us what topic do you have today?
So my topic today is children nowadays are playing more video games than they do playing sports. What are my opinions on the matter?
Okay, so I wish you good luck with your presentation, okay?
Yep.
Good luck.
Would you tell us the number of the topic?
My topic number is 13. Good morning, judges, teachers, and fellow students. My name is Phạm Đăng Minh, and I'm proud to be the representative of the Việt Department of Education and Training team in this contest. I will be glad if you can pay attention and enjoy my speech. And with that being said, let's begin. The matters of children playing video games more than they do playing sports nowadays is a pressing matter. And in today's speech, I'm going to give my opinion on this problem. So to begin, I would like to state that this is actually a real problem that is happening nowadays, just not to every children. Personally, well, I strongly disapprove of this lifestyle for its consequences. So to begin, I would like to tell you about, well, why this problem is so complex and so difficult to solve. So firstly, and I know this may sound a little bit astronomical, but the governments, I think that they are not paying enough attention and not investing enough money in building playing fields for children. Let me ask all of you guys here a question. How many playing fields can you find near your home? I bet it's not many, and I can count them on my fingers, can't I? Well, that is why I'm stating that the governments are just not paying enough attention to building sports playing fields for children. Parents are also responsible for this problem as well. I think that they just don't educate their children on the dangers of playing video games too much and not encouraging them to take up their sport. The children ourselves, of course, also have the responsibility on this matter. I think that the problem with us is that we get too easily attracted by game advertisement nowadays, and also we just cannot find a sport that we really enjoy. So now, after you've listened about the reasons, I'm sure all of you guys here are actually wondering, what are the consequences of this problem? Well, if so, then I'm glad you asked, because now I'm going to tell you about it. The first consequence, of course, is, well, actually, let me ask you this again. Do you think that sitting 8 hours or so in front of a computer without getting up, without going anywhere, is harmful for your health?
Yes.
Well, obviously it is. And this can lead to serious health problems such as obesity, reduced eyesight, etc. Well, I mean, just look at my eyes. I cannot even look 10 meters from here. Well, that sounds terrible, doesn't it? And of course, with physical health problems, we also have the mental health problems. Well, having no real interactions with people and sitting in front of a computer for too long can lead to mental health problems such as depression, anxiety, etc. And one example of this can be the Japanese and South Korea people, where the suicide rate and the mental health problems rate is really high. In my opinion, this matter really contributes to that statistics. Well, now that you guys have heard about the reasons and the consequences to this problem, let me talk about the solutions. You know, how we can solve this problem together. Well, to begin, as I've mentioned, the governments, they don't invest enough money. Well, I think they should, because the problem of children playing too much video games and not enough sports is a really pressing matter. So they should invest more money and they should care more about how the children plays. The parents, well, I hope all the parents in here are listening. Well, the parents, they should actually encourage the children more to play sports instead of video games. Maybe even set some restrictions, etc. And of course, lastly, we cannot forget about the students ourselves. We also need to take up a sport that we really enjoy and one that we can play for a long time. Develop your skills in it, find out what's interesting about it, etc. Well, I have just talked about the reasons, consequences, and solutions to the problem of children playing more video games than they do playing sport nowadays. I hope that all of you guys here can join me to take action to relieve or even completely stop this problem altogether. Thank you for listening, and I'm open to all the comments and questions from the judges.
And I have some questions for you, if you don't mind. So my first question is, do you think that possibly video games can be education?
Sorry, can you repeat that question, please?
Of course. Do you think that video games can be education?
Oh, that is a very interesting question. Thank you for the question. Well, in my opinion, surely video games has both sides, and it can also be very educational. For example, I know a game. It's called Minecraft. It has an education edition, and people can do, for example, chemical experience on it. So, and also video game teaches us how to do things like, well, how to think about the problem, how to solve the problem, etc. So that's my answer.
Amazing, that's a splendid answer. My second question is, how do you think parents can encourage their kids to lean on more on doing sports rather than spending a big portion of their time on video games?
Thank you for the question. Well, in my opinion, parents, firstly, they need to educate their children first on the dangers of playing video games and playing video games too much, that is, and not spending enough time outside. Then they can start thinking about, well, how to encourage their children. So, for example, well, they can tell children to watch some sports with them. They can invite them to play sports together because, well, as far as I'm concerned, parents really like children playing sports with them, and so do children.
Thank you for your answer. Again, it was amazing.
Oh, hello. Where are you from?
Hi guys, I'm Paul. I'm from England. I'm on tour with my family. What about you?
I'm Minh Đức, and these are my friends, Đăng Minh, Hán Ngân, Hành Châu, and Quỳnh Mai. We are the students of Vichy Department of Education and Training, and we have just done a project called Cultural Features of Hung King's Era on the Hung Lowland.
Cool. I intend to learn about the knowledge of the history and the cultural features of Phú Thọ. I adore the history of all the countries. Could you tell me the reason why you chose this project?
Well, actually, in Phú Thọ province, there are many relics and scenic spots such as Hung King Temple, Low River Virtue Monument, Ao Châu Pond, Văn Lang Park, and so on. Well, however, we chose this project due to its fully convergence of the historical and cultural features of the Hung King's era. These relics remain almost original these days. And through the project, we want to spread our love for the homeland and the preservation of the legacy left by our ancestors.
Thank you. Please introduce it to me now. I want to experience it with you.
Hi, Paul.
Hi, May.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well.
So first of all, I'm going to introduce the Hung Lo Communal House, located in Hung Lo Commune, Việt Trì City, Phú Thọ Province, just about 9 kilometers south of the Hung King's Temple. The communal house is located on a fertile land on the banks of the Low River. Hung Lo Communal House is considered to be an art museum ranked as a national architectural and artistic relic in 1990. Now, let's come with us. We start at the gate of the communal house to An Lao Pagoda, Phnom Altar, Ancient Temple, Văn Chi, and Yên Lao's house.
May I ask you a question?
Sure.
Is Tanong here associated with a question, with a legend?
Well, that's right. Legend has it that Oka, the daughter of the god Tanong, married Lạc Long Quân, the son of the god Long Nữ, and gave birth to a bag of 100 eggs that hatched 100 children. They are the ancestors of the Vietnamese nation. But the Hung Lo Communal House is also famous for the architectural structures that were recorded carefully by Quỳnh Mai.
Well, that's right. Hung Lo Communal House was built with a system of curved roof angles and two-tip tape tile roof. In Long Dinh, there is a letter titled Tổ Hiệu Sơn Hà, the ancestors of the country. This is the only communal house in Phú Thọ to worship the Hun Kings. Here, there are 43 couplets hung on the iron wood prose praising the homeland and the merits of the Hun Kings. And now, we are very lucky to meet the swan singing group from An Thái Ward, and they taught us how to sing it. My friend Phương can sing swan quite beautifully.
Well, swan singing is a part of the ritual in worshiping the Hun King. I'm proud to say that this heritage has been recognized by UNESCO as an intangible cultural heritage of humanity. This singing expresses not only the gratitude to those who have contributed to the country, but also a desire for life and simple labors. You're watching a song performance named Mỏ Cá by the ladies and gentlemen in the Swan Village and us. After the swan singing performance, I would like to invite you to the Hung Lo Village Market. This is a simple culture that we really enjoyed. Here, there are all kinds of local handmade cakes such as tube cake, day cake, lamb cake, various paper. Come and try one.
Thank you very much.
The sellers are friendly. They enthusiastically introduce us how to make a cake and how to bake and reason why it's cake without burning it. Also, we enjoy the cakes at amazing prices, only from 1,000 to 5,000 Vietnam dong. And it's surprising that the whole group is a case with less than 50,000 Vietnam dong. I think that's great, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Now I invite you to the place where rice noodles and chun cake are made. This is an old house built in 1938. The owner enthusiastically guided us to make chun cake. We also enjoyed it. It only took about 20 minutes for everybody in the group to know how to wrap chun cake. Even though the chun cake we made was not very square, we were very happy for we could understand more about the hearts of those who keep and pass down the local craft to future generations like the owner of the house.
After knowing how to wrap chun cake and perform swan sing, do you have any wishes?
Yes, to really understand us. Our project aims at the community in the hope of preserving and spreading our cultural beauty. So, therefore, the next day, that Sunday, we went to SOS Vichy Village to teach children there to perform swan singing and wrap chun cake. Here we learned more about the lives of the orphans. The drizzle made us even more attached by the fire of the chun cake pot, because such moments with the SOS children are happy moments.
Well, folks, it's really nice to see you today. Well, although our project is small, we want to spread a message to everyone that our homeland, Phú Thọ, the sacred land of the Vietnamese, is also a place where many miracles are hidden regarding history, culture, and beliefs. Come, explore, and experience to love this land more. Introduce to domestic and international friends about our homeland, Phú Thọ.
Thank you. I've listened to your presentation on the project Cultural Features of the Hun King's Era on the Hung Lo land. I've learned a lot about the relics, the history, and the cultural features of Vietnamese people from past to present. When I return home, I'll introduce to all my friends who will come to Vietnam and have the opportunity to come to Phú Thọ, the land of origin.
Our project now comes to an end. We would like to thank and wish all delegates and students good health, success, and happiness. On the occasion of the New Year, we sent you the song Happy New Year. We wish the big success to our contest today.
I was quite delighted with this presentation, and I actually adore the initiative that you guys all did. So my question is, of course, I'm quite sure that you had some problems. I want you to state one problem that you encountered and how did you face it?
Well, because we have known each other before, so everything was going very fine from the process of coming up with the ideas and cooperating to rehearse and perform our best. But regarding the obstacle, there's just one problem. The part of communicating with the people, arranging from the sales at the soul marketing and the children at the USOS children village. So it's some member of our group just as he's kind of reverse and introvert. So we find it's kind of hard to express our idea and get close to new people. But we regard it as an opportunity to cultivate our new skills such as communicating and even resolving problems. Thank you.
Thank you, great answer.
Okay, actually, we have a bit of a small gift for you guys. We have some local cakes, so we hope you really enjoy it.
Well, thank you.
On behalf of the judges here, thank you for the lovely invitation to share this food. It's a lovely addition and gesture to us. Thank you again.